We've got just what you need right here at Femi Wash Media. Call it the Midas Touch, and you wouldn't be wrong. Let us record, produce, mix, and master your audio like nobody does. Reach us on our contact today for the best quality job.
What keeps the heartbeat of a community alive? Is it the courage to create, the power to connect, the vision to transform? Well, it's all of these and more. It's a symphony of ideas, innovation, and industry. But where do these stories come alive? It's right here on The Isle, 104.9 FM, the station where dreams meet action and growth finds its voice. The Isle, 104.9. Business, economy, development. Stay tuned.
Afrobeats is a classic overnight success story, except it didn't happen overnight.
I'm happy to be here. One of the key things about the Omniverse is that it's designed to go beyond an event and designed to be fully something that people can engage beyond the summit. The point being that Nigeria has so much to bring to the world in terms of these things, but we will be bringing fresh energy, fresh ideas, a fresh engagement, and we're obviously open to collaboration. But hip-hop, it never dies. What's the difference between Thor and Shango? Thor is approaching $50 billion in revenue. Shango's broke somewhere outside Lagos. And that's a lack of imagination on our part, Africa, and they're all Nigerian. So to be seen and to be noticed is very hard if you're not in the place where all the noise is being made.
Hello Nigeria, hello Africa. Yeah, this is Sound Man. Keep watching Souq News.
My name is Babalola from Excel LED. Keep watching Souq News.
My name is Shepherd Michael Adewale Onofuye. I enjoy you all to always watch Souq News TV.
Hi, I'm Tom Bogaballs, and please keep watching Souq News.
Wale Seriki, SLG Lagos Island East. Souq News, keep out watching them and keep a lookout for them. They're up and coming, and we're proudly to be affiliated with them.
You alone where they make me go crazy. This your love in the cool of my brain. You're my medicine, I need you all day. Yo, it's Blackface Nigeria, and you're watching Souq News TV. Keep it locked on this dial, don't change it. You know what I say? Blackface Nigeria, love no bad.
My name is Ali Young. I'm with the Gamehers, which is a social media tech platform for women in video games. And we're here in Nigeria today. Glad to be here. People are just absolutely lovely. The food is fantastic, and looking forward to getting out of the hotel and conference and seeing much more. For me, I'm a gamer. I met my husband playing video games 20 years ago, and it actually is something that has been part of my lifestyle. Family time is spent with my daughter and my husband playing video games. We've met online friends in person, gone on vacations with them. They were a part of our wedding. It's really been just an amazing connection point and social point for us. And so when I had the opportunity to work with the Gamehers, it really became home to me, right? Because it's with people who are very like-minded and an amazing community. Yes, so the Gamehers, social media tech platform for women in the video game industry, creators, game devs, entrepreneurs. And for us, we are a safe space where people can connect. Something that you and I spoke about earlier around, playing video games and feeling the pressure to be good at it and wanting to, and kind of the toxicity around the online culture a little bit, because it is a little bit male dominated, right? And I feel like the Game Hers was built around that. In fact, I remember the very first gaming conference that I went to, and literally it was a room that had about 200 people, and there were 3 women, including myself. And I thought, we have to do better, right? I mean, I play video games, I have friends that play video games who are women, and I feel like it's extremely important for us to spread that message that it is okay to play video games as a female. Additionally, Gen A, Gen Z, 98% of the younger generations are playing video games now, right? They don't identify as gamers like people who go to movies don't identify as movieists, right? And so it's just a part of their life. And what's interesting is that even though there are 3.2 billion gamers globally, and half of those are women, we're still underrepresented in the professional esports world, in game development, and leadership positions. So it was New Year's Eve, and I had busted my knee. I was living in Colorado. I busted my knee skiing. And so there I was, at home for the very first time, doing nothing on New Year's Eve. And I thought to myself, maybe I'll go check out this game, right? And so I jumped on this video game and had my knee propped up, having a drink and just relaxing. And I see online chat that there was this giveaway for an online New Year's Eve party. And I thought to myself, this is the lamest thing I have ever seen in my life. I will never share this story out loud. And I went to this online New Year's Eve party where they were giving away free stuff and in-game free stuff, right? And so I'm in there, and it was player versus player games, so people could attack each other and kill each other in the game. And so as I was standing there, this guy jumped this other guy, slayed him in the game, and the dead player dropped gear, and you could rename it. And so this guy picks up the gear like a serial killer, brands it so-and-so's Baldric, and I thought it was hilarious, and that was my husband, now husband. So he's not a serial killer though, so that's good. I'll share this with you. So the Game Hers, since its inception in 2020, we created a platform where we celebrate women through the Game Hers Awards. And we had it had been virtual through COVID, and we had our first live Game Hers Awards in Atlanta in March 1 to kick off Women's History Month. And we had a room full of 300 people, women and their allies, where we celebrated their contributions to other women in gaming and inclusivity. And it was incredible to just see people who haven't met in person. I mean, if you think about how you work with people now and remote life is so prevalent, I mean, you think about how you meet people online now anyway, right? And then when you meet them in person, that relationship just escalates and just gets even better. And so the Gamehurst provides that space to be able to do that, right? We have an online community. We provide opportunities to meet in person through a lot of different events. Much like Dunhill Ventures brings together, they bring together family offices and investors to connect and create networks and create relationships. That's what the Gamehurst does. Video games has become the new media. When you look at live streaming, when you look at content creation, there's such a big piece of that's entertainment. And as a person who plays video games, you get to do both, right? If you go to a restaurant now or a bar, you see concepts where there's axe throwing, there's things you can do, play golf, right? The video gaming is just a lifestyle piece of that. I think that it's just become normalized. My daughter's generation, she's 17. She's been playing video games since she was 2. Right, and whether that's learning video games and educational video games, or it's Call of Duty. She plays them all, and she tries them. A lot of times it's her friend group. Her friends like to play video games as well, and so they do that together. Sometimes in person, with their computers next to each other, or on consoles, and sometimes that's just online. So I think we all play games. If you played soccer when you were younger, or football, right? If you played basketball or sports, we compete all the time, right? Leaderboards, points, things like that. Everything is a game. And so I think that the Gamehurst provides a place where women who play video games can connect. And that's the beauty of it. So I was actually in Riyadh when I met the Dunhill Ventures group, and they invited us to come out to Lagos. It was an opportunity. I was supposed to be at South by Southwest this week, and ended up canceling all my travel plans. Told the team, I was like, I am gonna stay in Riyadh for a couple of days and then go straight to Lagos. Because the opportunity here is vast. The demographics in this region and in Africa has the youngest, the youngest demographics. Gen A, Gen Zs, 98% are gamers, and so the population is intrinsically part of our group. However, organically, our 10% of our international community is in Nigeria. And that has just been organic. We haven't done any programming here. We haven't done any events. It's just people finding us online and connecting with our team, with our community. So we are the Gamehurst. That's TheGamehers on all socials, and thegamehers.com. Please download our app. It's tgh.app, and it can be downloaded on Apple, Google, and we're also on desktop as well. And connect with us. Our community, surprisingly, well, not surprisingly, is very inclusive. While we focus on women and we are femme-based, we do have non-binaries and femme-identifying peoples, and also our allies who are men and male. So stand to gain an amazing community of like-minded people, find your tribe, find people to play games with, find people to learn from, as well as opportunities for education, on career development, and entrepreneurship. Absolutely. So we partner with a lot of game developers. We are not a game developer, but we provide opportunities for women in game development, as well as Riot Games is one of our early investors, and a big partner. Also, I play a lot of their games too. It's a big perk to get in the alpha stages and get to try out different games. But we have opportunities for women to even, our Discord channel, for example, has game nights, right? Where women get to try out different games, whether that's a mobile game or even a party game from Jackbox Games. You know, there are different things that we use to connect and leverage through video games. I see there's a lot of there had been. I feel like it's starting to shift the other way. There had been, you hear stories about gamers who play too much, and I think I read a story about someone who played too long and died of seizures. I mean, that's probably the extreme, right? And let's be transparent and talk about it, because I think that as a parent myself, balance is everything. But however, in order to get good at anything, I mean, you have to spend the 10,000 hours, right? And so I actually told my daughter that I wanted her to play at least 2 hours a day because, I mean, to me, if you're actually going to get good, then why would you limit yourself, right? But you have to do it in a healthy manner. You have to take breaks, you have to stretch, you have to eat, you have to do all these things and keep your health going. I mean, just like in any sport. Gaming has been shown to teach our children and to teach ourselves mental acuity, hand-eye coordination, problem solving, which I feel doesn't happen enough, but gamers have to learn how to lose, which is also something that doesn't happen enough, and also the grit to keep going, right? And so I think there are a lot of very good benefits to gaming, just as well as negative things, just as well as anything else. We are very focused this year on our international growth, and this is part of it. If you're connecting with us, join our community, get to know the people and connect with the people first, and then find affinities to the different games that you want to play. There's so many different kinds of games. There's a game for everyone.
My name is Shino Ogbadegeshin. I'm the CEO of Gozi Micro Insurance. Continue to watch Souq News.
Adenike Adeyemi, Executive Director of Faith Foundation. Keep watching Souq News.
My name is Shepherd Michael Adewale Onofuye. I enjoin you all to always watch Souq News TV.
Hey everyone, Majuli Obaje here representing Gigi. Keep watching Souq News, okay? Stay updated with Souq News.
My name is Aton Kene. I am the head of MSME Banking. Please keep watching Souq News and stay glued to Souq News.
I recommend that more and more people should watch Souq News because they deal with business news.
Hi, my name is Amaka Wokolo. I am the director of the Faith Institute at Faith Foundation. Keep watching Souq News.
At the Africa Development Studies Center, ADSC, we are committed to driving sustainable growth and development across Africa through innovative training and research. Our mission, empowering leaders, policymakers, and professionals with the tools they need to create lasting change. With customized training, dynamic research programs, and study exchanges on leadership, management, and other critical development topics, ADSC offers a platform for exchanging cutting-edge ideas and global best practices. We provide comprehensive services in research and consultancy, capacity building and training, education programs, publishing and knowledge sharing. Our esteemed faculty, composed of seasoned experts and researchers, ensures a learning experience that is insightful and practical. We specialize in policy development, implementation strategies, and monitoring and evaluation. At ADSC, learning is engaging and enjoyable. Our unique methodology includes talks, interactive exercises, games, video screenings, and lively seminar discussions, all in a comfortable and friendly environment. For more information, email us at info@adstudiescenter.com or call +234 912 039 2362. Visit our website www.adstudiescenter.com to explore our programs and upcoming events. Africa Development Studies Center, rethinking development for Africa.
Eco Atlantic has become Nigeria's most sought-after city for its high-end infrastructure, prestige, and well-planned city layout, as reflected in an 8-lane boulevard, about 13 internal bridges, underground cables, and green footprints defined by over 30,000 trees. Additionally, having a building in the city has become a trend among the so-called big boys, as was the case with Old Ikoyi, Victoria Garden City, popularly called VGC, Osborne Foreshore, and now Banana Island. In this special report, Bayo Olaoye states that this talk of "I belong" and the prestige mentality has also spread to the big firms. Before now, Kingsway and Ozumba Mbadiwe used to say that Victoria Island were the go-to locations for high-rise office buildings. These locations are home to iconic developments such as Kingsway Towers, Heritage Palace, Fanfa Towers, the Wings and the Waves, among others, making them Nigeria's equivalent of Silicon Valley. The Eco-Atlantic City was modeled after the skyscraper district of Manhattan Island in New York City. It has become the new destination for big-ticket corporate firms which are building or relocating their new headquarters to the 10-square-kilometer city, rising off the coast of the Atlantic Ocean in Lagos. The city is attracting investment interests in both residential and commercial real estate, the latest being MTN Nigeria, preparing to build a new headquarters. MTN is coming on the heels of First Bank, which recently turned the turf to build a 40-floor corporate head office, making the city's most iconic development so far. Prior to this courageous and ambitious entry into Eco City by MTN, First Bank, Dangote Group, and the Embassy of the United States of America have taken positions there, developing a new head office and a diplomatic facility respectively. Much earlier, a co-development company had occupied the city as the developer of the Azuri Towers, offering both residential and commercial facilities for high clients and corporate bodies. Arkland Property Investment and Oak Homes are also in the city, developing A&A towers simultaneously. These are the residential developments that will be standing on the 22nd floor and the 33rd floors respectively. Other developments are the Pan-African Towers by Periwinkle Residences, Eco Pearl with Champagne Tower and Eco Pearl Black Tower, Amni Towers and Ani International Petroleum Development Company, and Louisville Towers by Total Energy Staff Cooperative and Multipurpose Society. Louisville will comprise 300 residential homes spread between 2 towers, a world-class sporting center and a club, retail outlets and other facilities. It is designed to employ modern technology to achieve smart living and high standards. Eco Atlantic is an exclusive luxury city with superior infrastructure that appeals to the kind of investors we have seen in the city so far.
Welcome to another edition of Inside Life, where we have exclusive communications and discussions and every other thing about special people from across the country, across the city, and at large across the world. Today on the show, we have a very, very special guest. He needs no introduction. His name precedes him. His work precedes him. His music precedes him. You might know him as Blackface Naija. His name is Amedu Augustine. Yes. Black. Mr. BIO NRC. Welcome to...
Well, good to have me,
Welcome
man.
home.
Good to be on this.
You know, we have come a long way. We have come a long way.
We surely have. We surely have.
30?
Yeah, like 30, 31 years.
That's a long time.
That's a long time. Since the days of IMT.
Right.
And I see you doing big things. Congratulations,
And
my
likewise,
brother.
likewise. I love how you're looking.
Yeah, you too, bro.
So, introduce yourself the way you want people to perceive you.
Well, for those that don't know me, my real names are Amedu Augustine. And as a singer, I have a stage name we call Blackface Naija. And I used to be a member of, I'm still a member though. I used to be a part of...
Sorry, before you proceed. It used to be Blackface, so come from that Blackface story before it became Blackface Naija.
Blackface Naija.
Yes.
Yeah, so many people were wearing blackface. And I wanted to be recognized and remembered as the blackface from Nigeria. So if I added Naija to my name, that would make it sound good. So I was like, okay, well, not just blackface, where there are several imposters. Let me just have Blackface Naija, which I will be the only one bearing the name. And that's the reason why I decided to add Naija to my name. Because I love my country so, so much, and my country people. So I wanted to rep for my people and say, I'm repping for Naija. So it's Blackface Naija. Hate it or love it, that's
Blackface Naija. So I hope there are no lawsuits, because I know some other people that had name changes and from common sense to common and all that stuff.
Yeah.
I know they had lawsuits, they had court things and all stuff. Yeah. They wrote him and they said, listen, stop using this name. If not, ... you know.
Maybe there was a common before.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The people that were common sense. They were common sense.
Oh, so you're saying common didn't have that?
No, so he had to take out the sense and he became common. So I hope that's not what happened.
That's not it. It's just totally different from mine.
So you were going on with your introduction, please.
Yeah, so Blackface Naija, and people know me as the leader of the band Plantation Boys. You know, I started the band from way back, from when I was in school in IMT in Enugu, where I met you, where I met Easy Chi, where I met Don Hill. I met several people, and these people are just musically inclined and creative people, and they're still doing their creative work till date. So me, I've been doing what I've been doing since the time I started, and I'm still on my biz, still doing what I know. or what my passion drives, how my passion drives me, which is making music and trying to impact people's life one way or the other. You know, that's just my...
Blackface Niger, you have done this so long. So I'm going to ask you some pertinent questions about the music.
Okay.
Some intricate questions.
Okay.
So I'll start with, what is missing in the Nigerian music scene? Is it enough that we have this global attention that our music is making? Do you feel there's something missing, or you feel we have picked that we are where we are supposed to be, where we are planned to be? Where, because it's easy for people to throw us out there and be like, yeah, we're running things and all that. So is there something missing with this global attention we're having currently?
Well, there's some things missing.
Talk to us about that.
And the first thing is that the attention is good, because once there's attention on you, it is going to put you on the spotlight to do good or show that you're doing bad. Because you can be praised from your vicinity, and when they compare your works with people's outside, they find out that either you're jacking off them and you're not being creative, or you are still way below par from how the level and the standard of music making, music writing, music production should be. You know, so I feel like we still have some gaps to fill. And there are several people that have tried to fill these gaps, but you know, it's not that easy for people to just come out and bridge this gap, because the real musicians are not heard. And the real writers and singers are not being patronized. So you're going to have an industry that is shaky. You'll be like, are we good enough? Can we really make it? Because you're having people that really don't...
When you say they're not patronized, how do you mean? Shed some more light.
Yeah, like the real artists. The real artists are not being patronized. The real artists are not on the social media like they should. You know, because music is a kind of profession where you stay away from the regular. You stay away from the crowd. If the social media is a crowd, the real artists who don't want to be in that crowd. They just want to go somewhere, stay away, don't get caught up with the distraction of what somebody might be telling you or what somebody's not telling you. So the real artists really don't, you know, but people like us be like, I know I'm a real artist, but I don't want to let that hit me. I will still be in that media space, and I will still tell them, yo,
chart your course.
Check my stuff out. I think I got what the industry is missing. And that's the reason why many of them have to come to my catalog to look for what to take to create.
Okay, let me come from this angle. You know, recently, major labels are coming to Nigeria, right, and setting up shop and stuff. Okay. And more recently, we're talking about the Universals, the Warner Brothers, Atlantic Records, and all the major labels, right? And recently, there was a deal that went through. You know, they invested 200 million in the record label in Nigeria. What's your take on such a combination, such a collaboration, or such an investment? What do you think about that? Do you think that the West might be colonizing Afrobeats? Let me put it like that. Or make it theirs and stuff. What are your thoughts? Because this has come from several quarters.
Well, you know, where there's a fallow land, people tend to, you know, try to look to that side. And our industry is like a fallow land right now, just trying to grow. And we have the populace. And, you know, so these people have seen it that the industry has developed to a level that people are really ready to patronize what the artists are doing. So if it's a fallow land and it's a virgin land, they're definitely going to be thinking about trying to invest in the sector. If the government is not giving the small record labels grants and giving small record labels, you know,
or even invest in themselves.
You know, if they're not doing that for the people, they're going to see that there's a space here. And then they can come with their own orientation and with their own plan. You know, I listen to some big artists who used to sing about liquor, who used to sing about different things. But these people really don't do those liquors. They don't drink and they don't smoke. But they're the ones writing making music about drinking and about smoking, and when you find out that they don't do these things, it tells you that the labels are probably telling them what to rap or sing about. So if they are coming to invest, I hope they're not going to be telling our people what to sing about, because our people have their own pain and their own plight and their own direction that they should be independent to create. But if they come in and they support the movement and support the heritage of the people, they will understand what I'm saying. But if they are here to make people buy into their own product or buy into their alcohol, buy into their drugs, buy into their stuffs, then they will have the artists in Nigeria or wherever they invest in to promote those things for them. And that's my only fear. Because if these labels are big and independent enough, they'll be able to say, this is what we want from our artists, regardless of who is paying the piper. You understand? So that's just my own take. It's a welcome development, but the artist and the label have to stay on their feet and stay strong on their aims and obligation to give entertainment to the people and educate the society.
How many artists actually know that?
Well, it's the label's responsibility to pass that to the young artists who are growing up.
When you're on the right label.
Right label.
Okay,
that's
so,
like Loud House Entertainment. Come to Loud House.
So there's a conversation, ongoing conversation about what Nigerian music is called across board. So everything is being collapsed unconsciously into Afrobeats. Everybody's calling, our music Afrobeats. What are your thoughts? Should we care about what the music is called, or should we be focused on the substance, on the content? Well, because right now, we see people, anyone gets an opportunity, they give their music a name. They fuse all sorts of things. So in a week, you would hear 10, 15 different genres of music. But in the long scheme of things outside, were called Afrobeats. Wow. What do you think about that?
Well, I said this before when I went to one interview and they were talking about Afrobeat. And I was like, the music that people are making these days is not Afrobeat. Like most of the people are making these days is not Afrobeat. But they're using the name Afrobeat to sell it. They're just trying to sell the music by using the name Afrobeat. And then when you go back to how far Afrobeat has come, you get to realize how authentic these guys that have been doing Afrobeat before, these legends like Fela Kuti, Kola Ogunkoya, you have all those people that are Afrobeat artists. You will now see their originality and how they've come. Now, since the new guys didn't come with no originality, they had to take the name Afrobeat and put it as their own for people to...
Let's remember to separate it. There's Afrobeat and there's Afrobeats with the S.
Okay, if we
no, I'm trying to clear on what you're breaking down, so people that are listening will understand that there's a line.
Yeah, of course there's a line. And the music itself separates it. The sound of the music separates the genre aside. You cannot be singing a song and what song will I use? And you're telling it Afrobeat. You don't just do that. But it's because they want to cash in. It's just like somebody say you want to sell a Peugeot, and Peugeot is not selling anymore. Maybe a Mercedes is more in vogue. And you turn your car Mercedes just because you want to sell it. And that's not right.
I see what you're saying.
And that's not right. And that's why I'm saying that stick to your genre, stick to what you know how to do.
Be proud of what you're bringing.
Of course, you don't have to go following other people because that's what they know how to do best. So you now want to join in the greats and water down their music. No, painful. We have to. That has to be some Watergate case or something.
so when you came in, what was the music called at the time, and what was the music on the scene? And talk a bit about that.
Yeah, when we came in, basically there was really no particular genre that was like, because there was rap music was also in vogue. There was reggae music, rap music because of Felix Amozis and Junior Pretty and all those people.
Mode 9 at the time.
Mode 9, yeah, Mode 9.
You yourself.
Really, yeah, but I'm talking before we came.
Okay, before.
We came. So we had those. you know, there were different genre. There was Raskimono, which is reggae. There was Magic Fashek with his own reggae and his own style. There was Abami Eda with his Afrobeat. There were different people with different genres. So we didn't have to say, there was no reason to stigmatize all Nigerian music as one.
Yes.
Don't forget, when you go to the East, you're going to see the likes of them, Oliver the Coke, and Sadebe. They were not doing Afrobeat, but they were making high life music. Just like everybody tell me Nigerian music not to be high life music. How would that sound?
Exactly.
When I'm rapping, Kenny Big Deal, I mean big deal. I'm cruising through the hood with big wheels. Is that Afrobeat or high life? I'm doing rap music. So there's rap, there's Afrobeat, there's R&B, there's dancehall, there's reggae, there's different genres. So I don't feel good when they try to term all Nigerian artists as Afrobeat artists. Where they don't even make Afrobeat.
It's sad. So at the point that you came into the game, so let's backtrack.
Okay.
A few years back, when did you decide that it was music for you? I'm not talking Plantation Boys now.
Yeah.
I'm talking
that.
pre-Plantation Boys.
Yeah.
Then tell us the Plantation Boys story and how it went. So when did you decide that, listen, it's music?
Yeah, I decided it was music from when I was going to, when I went to Shevu nightclub.
Where's that?
Shevu nightclub. Shevu is in Onisha.
Really?
Yes, Shevu nightclub.
When was this?
Shevu, that was like in 1980. That should be 1989, 88.
Damn.
Around that time, you know.
Wow.
That period. Very, very long.
Okay.
You know, and then while I was in school, I used to go to, you know, Enugu, you know, go there, perform, come. Even in school, we used to go to all this normal inter-house or whatever.
The school sports.
And we go and make music
perform.
And all of that, you know.
Correct.
So I started saying that, man, if people like my music that much, so why don't I take it serious? And so I decided to take it serious from that time. And when I also started taking it serious was when I started going to Rap City Jams. And with the microphone out, we could rap for hours. I found out that, man,
please explain what Rap City Jams is.
Well, for those that don't know, I know you know Rap City, but there are people that don't know Rap City Jams. Rap City Jams was a store, a musical store that was in Enugu, and there we all used to go there. And from DOH, definition of hip hop, to adding to
NRS,
Corporate G, and everybody, we used to go there. It was a place where we all used to rap and pass the mic. So then I was like, man, I think I can keep doing this, because what am I going to do again? And I just fell in love with music, and so many people being involved. It was really, really nice, because my friends then, they really gave me encouragement. Yo, I like your rap, I like your flows. And I was like, yeah, you know. And that was how I built my courage to say I want to take it as a professional job. And that's what I'm still doing till today.
So from that time, segue into Plantation Boys, how did that begin to take shape?
Yeah, I had to leave school. We left school. I left school because I finished my ND, and I didn't want to wait another year. It was like, I'd waited like 2 years with a strike.
And you had taken this decision?
Yes, I'd taken the decision, and I was like, man, I'm not going to do this school anymore. I'm just going to go straight to Lagos, where they say that's where the
city of dreams.
Yeah, and I was going, and then I had my friend who was with me then, Mr. Innocent, you know. So I was like, man, I'm going to Lagos though, you know. And it was like, he's going to come with me. I was like, well, if you want to come, it's cool. I just need to finish one or two things. And so we came to Lagos and started the journey as a band, Plantation Boys. And as Plantation Boys, we made some records. We made like our first single was a smash. Our first album was a smash. At least we changed the mindset of the Nigerians, thinking they can't make that international sound. Although there have been people before us trying to do it, respect to them. I'm not trying to downplay their effort. But I know that the moment I came in the game, I know what I brought in, because I've been prepared for me to bring my contribution in. And it wasn't like I was just caught up, I was surprised about it. No, I knew. So that's the reason why when they give shower praises, I'm like, no, I know where I'm going. I don't really take it to heart. Like, yeah, maybe they felt I was too pompous because of that, but they don't know that. You know, you have what you are striving for and all of that. So the Plantation Boys started. I made Face to join the band, and we became a trio. We made some records, and we parted ways. So people went to different record labels. You know, just like.
Talking about different record labels, do you remember that time I think it was Christmas, you were in Enugu with your brother, Innocent, one other person. You had was it a Supra?
Yeah, my Supra, we had a problem with my car on the road.
No. You guys were in Enugu at that time. You were talking, that was the first time you talked about